Okay, I have talked about this many, many times before on this channel, but whenever the government or the media comes out and says that somebody or some group of people are doing something bad, it is projection. When they say someone is doing something, it is always 100% projection. And they are the ones doing it every time, 100% of the time. Havana syndrome, projection. They're doing it to people. False flags, they're doing it to people. Hateful comments online, they leave those and then their buddies come back and document them. Doxing and targeting citizens, they're doing it. Everything, every single thing. Now they're talking about bots taking over, right? And it's the government that have the bots and the armies of paid posters. So now they're saying that rogue states, Russia and Iran, are attempting to destroy the MAGA movement with a disinformation bot army. Fucking crazy. They're the ones doing this. They're doing it with the exact opposite form of information, and I'm going to show you. This is absolutely crazy. This is totally the same playbook that they use all the time. This is awesome. Both rogue states are using tens of thousands of social media bots to amplify untrue voices and opinions, masquerading as MAGA loyalists. They're talking about the people that are not cool with going to war for Israel. And they're saying that anyone that agrees, they're all bots, so don't pay attention. This is absolutely insane. And here they project again. This is exactly the purpose of the psychological operation, to destabilize people's perceptions, institutions that are supposed to protect us. The reality is, all these voices out there on X, the comments, on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, anywhere else, they're all attacking people who are not cool with going to war for Israel, and they are bots. Let me show you this. Here is a set of bots, all saying the exact same thing. If you're no longer MAGA because Trump wiped out Iran's nuclear sites, you were never MAGA to begin with. They all say this a different way. The exact same thing, verbatim. The exact same words being used. The other one says, if you're no longer MAGA because Trump wiped out Iran's nuclear sites, you were never MAGA in the first place. The only thing that changed was to begin with and in the first place. These are all bots. All of them. Now I want to show you this Plant interview. This is very important because it reminds me exactly of 9/11. Listen to what he says. He is not just some guy walking down the street that they interviewed. Listen to this.
Would you support the United States getting into the war with Iran?
No, not a chance.
What do you think should happen?
Precision strikes, just precision strikes, get rid of any ability for them to have a nuclear weapon, but no boots on the ground, never again. Countries like Iran, you can't allow them to obtain any sort of a high-enriched uranium to make a weapon.
Isn't that crazy? Meanwhile, Pakistan and India have nuclear weapons, but he is saying the talking points verbatim, right? Check this out.
If they want to have nuclear energy, that's another thing, but highly enriched uranium isn't meant for nuclear energy. That's only meant for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to make a bomb.
Come on, man. This guy is a plant. He's planted there to sell the talking points. No boots on the ground. I'm against that. Let's just bomb this place, right? Total and complete plant. You know who he sounds like? He sounds like the Harley guy that I've shown before on 9/11, who somehow knew exactly why and how the buildings fell. Let's check that out. Now, before he gets interviewed, look, he's staring at the cameraman, waiting to talk, because he knows that he's going to be picked out to talk about what happened. He's right here, waiting.
Everyone literally ran for their lives. At this point, the police have...
just checking it out, and he is a plant just like this guy, to sell the talking points. He's made to look like an everyman, just like that long hair, with the tattoos and the t-shirt and all the bullshit. Here's the government plant who knew that morning exactly how the buildings fell.
It was like a movie, but you watched the planes hit the towers.
I was watching with my roommate. It was approximately several minutes after the first plane had hit. I saw this plane come out of nowhere and just ream right into the side of the Twin Tower, exploding through the other side. And then I witnessed both towers collapse, one first and then the second, mostly due to structural failure because the fire was just too intense.
Mostly due to structural failure because the fire was just too intense. Amazing. That guy knew that morning. That morning. He's identical to this new Iran guy plant. But they're using plants in the media as well. Let's hear this guy out one more time. This is hilarious.
And then I witnessed both towers collapse, one first and then the second, mostly due to structural failure because the fire was just too intense.
Which actually happened to be the reason that NIST gave years later for the reason that the towers fell. Just amazing. But absolutely identical to this guy.
Ground, never again. Countries like Iran, you can't allow them to obtain any sort of a high enriched uranium to make a weapon. If they want to have nuclear energy, that's another thing. But highly enriched uranium isn't meant for...
Dude, every talking point, he's nailing it.
Nuclear energy, that's only meant for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to make a bomb.
How dangerous are these people over there in those parts of the world?
The people of Iran are great people.
How does he know? Probably because he's been there, because he's special ops, or was special ops, right? And now he's a plant that gets paid for interviews like this.
Look at Iran in the 70s and the 80s. It was very much like any other country, first world country.
So this random guy seems to know a lot about Iran and nuclear weapons and nuclear energy. Now, here's John Bolton on X saying that President Trump did the right thing for America in striking Iran's nuclear weapons program. Now, on to regime change. He said it. So, what's going to happen now is, if we don't go to war with Iran, if we don't choose to go to war with Iran, they are going to false flag us because they know that so many people disagree with this on the left and on the right. So many people disagree with this that they have a bot army out there morally knocking these people down, attacking them. What they're going to do is they're going to false flag us so that we have to support it. And then when people doubt it, doubt what happened, they're going to call them traitors and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be 9/11 all over again. That's what's going to happen. They're going to false flag us into going to war with Iran. When they come out, when the government and the media comes out and tells you that the anti-war, anti-Iran war people are actually bots, check this out and remember that that's a total lie. It's projection. The pro-war crowd are a majority bots. And then the neocons and the warhawks are the ones that go along with it. Lastly, to prove my point about these bots, like how insane they are, and they just don't make any sense, and it's for one purpose, and they'll come back and contradict everything that they've just said. Under the video, Hijacking the Schumann Resonance, I released this 13 days ago. There was a post by this person here saying that we were all serpent race tongue flickers, and I can hear you have the snake palate with the concave roof of mouth. You're all mind readers. I'm a real human. And then it says you're all gang stalkers and I prove it daily. It's just a really crazy post, right? Well, it's attacking me because it says I'm going to speak my mind and I don't care if you block me, right? It looks totally crazy, right? Check this out. He is back on my newest video that I released just a couple days ago, and he shows up and replies to my response 100% facts. So less than 2 weeks ago I was a serpent, mind reader, reptilian, and now they're posting 100% facts about my post. When you read those crazy ass posts, they're not real because they're attempting to discredit people by other people coming and reading the comments and going, oh my god, dude, this looks totally nuts. And I will talk to you later.